Hello students. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to load the packages to do an activity diagram, right? So you just go to create new, right? And then you go to blank diagram, right? Yeah, just go to blank diagram, right? And then after blank diagram, you go to create, right? And then from create, right, you're gonna go to So you're gonna get something like this, right? And then from then on, you're gonna go to more shapes, right? And then from more shapes, you're gonna go there and look for UML, right? UML it's under softwares, right? So you go to softwares, right? So under softwares, you go to UML, right? So it can either be UML 2.5 or UML, right? It doesn't really matter, right? But let's just take them both, right? For us. So you take UML 2.5 and UML, just UML, right? And then you apply, right? And then now you get your UML packages, right? Or UML shapes, right? So now as like for here, right? This is how you do your process maps, right? So for start, right? So this is what you use for start the initiation of a process, right? And then from then on, like when you are ending your process, right, you have to use the final state thing, which is given by this, right? And then from then on, right? So here, these are all of the different shapes that you've done, like with UML, right? So assume, so you're gonna see them under UML or UML 2.5, right? So I assume you've gone over these shapes with Dr. Jerome, right? And what they mean, right? So now you have the signal, right? So this you use when like there's sort of like not really a process, right? So let's say when a customer arrives, right? So customer arrival is not a process, just something that happens, right? So you can use something like this, right? And then for processes, right? So I'm trying to look for that shape. It's not here, right? So let me come here and look if there's any packages that are missing, right? PP and okay, yeah. It appears that I have, so yeah, I still continue using UML and UML 2.5, right? So now I'm just looking for that shape which I'm having problems finding, right? Okay. So now you can, for your processes, right, you can just use a rectangle. I don't think it's a big problem, right? So you just use any rectangle that you want, right? So use this rectangle, and this is where you like label your processes, right? And then for a decision, obviously, for a decision, you have to use your diamond, right? So you do your process maps using your activity diagram using these shapes, right? And then, so yeah, so now let's say if you have, if you are doing it via the swimlane approach, then you can just go to here and then you go to new, right? So let's say if you are using a swimlane, right, which means the process are conducted like with different people or different departments, right? So you're gonna draw your diagram using a swim lane, right? So your swim lane, it's something like this. Here you're gonna select swim lane, right? And then from swim lane, as you can see, you have the entire pool. You have different lanes, right? So obviously, when I change, you wanna load UML, right? And then after loading UML, After loading the UML, that's where you're gonna use your for your start state. Okay. So you're gonna for start state, you're gonna use this like so you're gonna remove this blank white dot and then you're gonna use this one and then for your end you're gonna use this one, right? And that's how you do your UML. If like this process they happen at in different, let's say, yeah, they happen in different departments or different units, you can use a swim lane to represent your flowchart, but it still works if you are using the other approach, right, where there's no swim lane, right? So yeah, I assume that Dr. Chi went through these things with Dr. Chiromo, right? So that's how you extract. So that's how you extract the shapes that you can use to do your swim lane diagram, right? So yeah, I think that's it for this video, right?